Barbara here from BarbaraMakesCrafts.com. My mission is to teach and inspire you to level up your crafting game. Mouse pads are just part of our everyday lives now, and there's just no getting around them. So why not make them pretty? Why not personalize them to match your style, your personality, whatever? Well, today I am going to show you how to make awesome looking mouse pads. Can be personalized to your taste. And I'm going to be using Cricut's Infusible Transfer Sheets. You may have thought that the Infusible Ink transfer sheets were just a thing of the past because nobody's talking about them really anymore. Everybody has their own sublimation printers, so they can use the print then cut feature to make whatever they want. But these transfer sheets are easy to use, and they're designed for a beginner crafter. And of course, seasoned crafters can use them too. So let's jump on over to Design Space and make our design. All right, guys, so here we are in Design Space once again, and we have a blank canvas. Now, I have measured my mouse pad to be 9.5 by 8 or 8 by 9.5, depending on which way you look at it. So I'm going to add a shape 9.5 inches wide and 8 inches high. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it white. Now this is going to be your sublimation, where you sublimate on your mouse pad. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is add some text. So I'm going to click on the text box, and when I do that, you can see the font shows up, the font drop down. So I'm looking for a certain font. So I'm going to click on System Fonts, because that will get all your Cricut fonts and any fonts you've loaded onto your system. And I know the name of the font that I want to use is Sign and Rothy. I'm not sure how to say that. So we'll hit enter, and there is my font that I want to use. So now we're going to double click, and I'm going to put my name. All right, so I've got my name typed, and I want to center it up. So I'm going to move this down just so I can get it centered better. I'm going to go here to alignment, and I want it to center. So now what we're going to do is we'll head over to the maker, and we will make this. All right, so here's what we're going to need for this project today. I'm using a neoprene, just blank mouse pad, and it is coated with a poly coating, so you need to make sure that whatever you're working on is compatible with sublimation ink, because otherwise the colors won't be as vibrant. You can do it, but it just won't look as good. So, and of course we'll be using some Cricut Infusible Ink transfer sheets. I'm just using a scrap, really, of a multicolored pattern, but you can do whichever one you want. You will need some uncoated butcher paper. When you buy the Cricut Infusible Ink, it actually comes with a couple of pieces of butcher paper, and it's totally fine to use that. If you use a lot, though, I do recommend getting a roll. They're like $20, I think, on Amazon, so they're not very expensive. You'll need some kind of pad, heating pad. You can use a towel as well. It doesn't have to be a pad just specifically for heating. You'll need a lint roller just to clean off your mouse pad. You're going to need some heat resistant tape, and this I'm using Cricut's just because, and don't you love the little tape dispenser? I got it on Amazon, I love it. And you're going to need a standard grip mat, and of course you're going to need your Cricut. Any Cricut machine will do this. I'm using the Maker 3, You can also use any other cutting machine that will work with SVG files. So let's go ahead and get into our project, and it is ready for us to load into the machine. And it's ready to cut, so it'll have to do some making sure we have the right blade here, and then it will cut. And it shouldn't take very long at all to cut. In the meantime, I'm turning my heat press on. According to the Cricut heat press guide, this needs to be at 360 for 120 seconds. So it's heating up because that's where I had it set already, because I made a few. All right, load. I will link to that heat guide. I have a cheat sheet that I will link to down in the description, so you can have one of your own, totally free. Alright, and now we just need to lead it. I'm gonna grab my tweezers. The Infusible Ink transfer sheet, they say just to kind of crack and peel, and this does that. I do have my tweezers just in case a little piece doesn't want to come out. Get it on the mouse pad. Now before I put anything on the mouse pad, I am going to brush it, roll it, with the lint roller. And we'll just lay it down like so. And we're going to use heat transfer tape. Heat resistant tape, sorry. I'm gonna turn that off for another minute. Now, don't let any tape get between the mouse pad and the Infusible Ink, because it will not go through. And we need our butcher paper, which every sheet of Cricut's Infusible Ink transfer sheet comes with one sheet of butcher paper. So we'll just lay that right over the top, just like that. Make sure the entire mouse pad is covered, and then we'll just hit the C button. It'll start the countdown.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we just have to turn it off and take this off. Don't reuse your butcher paper because it will scorch. I've done it before and it will scorch. So this is supposed to be a cool peel. Oh, it turned out beautiful. Except just as I was about to put the heat press over this, I realized I didn't mirror my design before I cut it. So it is backwards, but I'll do another one so that I can show you the right way. So I think that's awesome. Just look at these beautiful mouse pads. All your coworkers are going to want one for themselves. So sell them. Or you can make them and give them as Christmas gifts. So be sure and subscribe to my channel. Not only will you see more craft projects like this, But you could also win a $50 Amazon gift card. And so here are the details of that. When I reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of September, I'm giving one lucky subscriber a $50 Amazon gift card. This will be done by a random drawing on September 30th to determine the winner. But remember, it's only if I have 2,000 subscribers, so tell all your friends to subscribe and tell them they can win this $50 gift card. And if you have any questions or comments, join my Facebook group. There we can help each other. You can share your craft projects, or you can let me know of future videos, craft projects that you want to see more of. And I will link to the group in the description box below. So that's all I have for now, folks. So until I see you again, happy crafting.